On April 9th, 2007 season, a young Nikola Jokic
Adams gives it back to Russ. Deep shot. Get it! What a perfect ending to a historic day! Westbrook gives the Thunder.
Westbrook continued to elevate his game, earning all-star appearances and solidifying his reputation as one of the league's premier point. 2017 season was the pinnacle of Westbrook's career. Whether Westbrook could carry the Thunder on his own. Instead, he delivered one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history. Westbrook became the first player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple-double
exclamation point on Russell Westbrook, 31.6 points, 10.4 assists, and 10.7 rebounds. Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook have achieved one of basketball's rarest achievements. After the Thunder lost in the first round of the playoffs to the other, his fans love him and will defend him to the death. His critics will bury him with memes and at times just pure hate. So how can we remain objective? Well, we're going to break down Russell Westbrook that almost no top point guard ever, including John Stockton, Steve Nash, and Chris Paul among most of the top 10. Truly the best point guard of all time, not just stats wise, but also playoff success. Russ the greatest statistical point guard ever, or is that just not true at all? So if you weren't watching the NBA in 2017, or if you just don't remember, during Russ's MVP triple-double year, the first triple-double,
his rebound stats.
There was also a video of Russ appearing to block his own
challenging for coaching staff to have peace of mind. Additionally, Westbrook's style of play is not highly in Westbrook to be able to carry a weak team to the playoffs through his all-around contributions, but it hindered him from going further. Short of Westbrook in terms of statistics and efficiency, is only 27 years old and still a player on the rise. Moreover, his $80 million contract over 4 years decreases annual. The main reason he became a hot potato is that his decline has been too rapid and apparent. Shooting ability is his weakness as a guard. When given mid-range or long-range shooting opportunities, opponents often leave. Westbrook was younger, he could rely on his physical gifts to penetrate to the basket and maintain a decent field goal percent. Instantly posted good assist numbers. Most of his assists come from his own drive and
your point guard grabbing a rebound and running a fast break is actually ideal, as your center doesn't have to make that. Who many say is the third best point guard of all time, is the most disappointing. Don't come at me, Pistons fans. He's hurt him, and some could say that this would point to the argument that he wasn't much of a winning player when we compare him to the best of the best. However, if we look at Isaiah's best point guards of all time, so my verdict here is in the regular season at least, you can't win with Russell Westbrook as your best player. He shoots too much. His play style is not conducive to winning. That narrative is overblown. The same goes for each player's 5-year window, and it's here where Russ actually steps up his game. Again though, Chris Paul is another example of a young player starring early, well as multiple championships, but his original knee injury in 2010 would zap the incredible speed he had at the time, making him, in my opinion, one of the most underrated what-if injury stories in NBA history, as due to his extreme long-term success, we often forget that injuries did cost Chris Paul a lot. It is here where, before we get into the Apex Prime seasons, I want to switch things up for a second and talk about Oscar Robertson versus Russ, because statistically, Russell Westbrook actually cannot be the best point guard of all time if we include Oscar Robertson specifically.
And 7.6 assists per game improved his performance with an average of 23.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game. It can be said that Westbrook's physical abilities may not be at their peak, but his overall level is still there, and he still has an impact on the game. Percentage was 39.6%, and his three-point shooting percentage was 32.6%. From this perspective, it's understandable that many fans feel sorry for Westbrook and believe that he should be earning a higher salary. In reality, based on his statistics, Westbrook could indeed command a contract worth over $10 million per year. As a guard known for his aggressive style of play and approaching his 35th birthday next season, it is difficult for team owners to justify paying him a higher salary. It is also
9.3 points, 10.3 assists, and 8.5 rebounds per game. Looking at advanced numbers,
double for an entire season minus 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists per game. His performances were nothing short of breathtaking. Next 2 seasons, Westbrook continued to average triple-doubles, becoming the NBA's all-time leader in the category. Despite this statistical dominance, the Thunder failed to make deep playoff runs, began to question
Russ's 9. So, huge shout out to the Big O. Let's give respect where respect is. We need to look at those Apex Prime seasons to see the absolute best season of every player.
As a determined underdog to becoming a league MVP, and then facing struggles in the latter stages of his career, Westbrook will examine the meteoric rise of one of the NBA's most electrifying players. Height and his characteristic explosive style, Westbrook began to shine. Early years in the NBA were defined by his athleticism and relentless drive. He quickly developed into one of the league's most exciting players, known for his coast-to-coast sprints, thunderous dunks, and fearless attitude.
The Rockets just signed Dillon to a 4-year, $80 million contract, with an average salary 5 times that of Westbrook's. The value of the contract is even 10 times that of Westbrook. Is Westbrook really only worth this much money? Why is he willing to accept such a significant salary reduction and seemingly undersell himself to return to the Clippers? Looking at his on-court performance, after being traded to the Clippers in the middle of last season, Westbrook averaged 15.8 points, 4.9 rebounds.
17 Thunder, these would be 20-win teams. Despite this, Russ got a lot of flack this season for triple-double. His advanced numbers back up his extreme dominance. And looking at the prime seasons of every top 10 point guard
Brooks' decision-making, shooting efficiency, and ability to adapt his game to once again averaging a triple-double and leading the Wizards to a playoff berth in 2021. The team was eliminated in the first round. While Westbrook continued to post incredible numbers, his inability to lead teams deep into the postseason became a recurring theme. Physically dominant players in NBA history. His triple-double
Robertson to average a triple-double since 1962. That should not go underrated. There was a 55-year difference there. And in this season, despite the criticism that he faced, Russ was just truly awesome everywhere. This was the year after Kevin Durant left and before Paul George joined, meaning Russ had
records may never be broken, and his competitive spirit is unparalleled. Yet his lack of postseason success, struggles to adapt, and polarizing style of play have sparked debates about his place among the all-time greats. Westbrook's journey is a testament to the highs and lows of professional sports. He has inspired countless players with his work ethic and passion. His journey through the NBA is far from ordinary. It's a tale of unmatched.
There we have it. Russ's base stats are undeniable, and his advanced stats give us a story of a winning basketball player. An extreme net positive for his team.
Kick play career isn't at the point where we can definitively judge it. Perhaps he just hasn't found a more suitable system. High, run as fast, or possess the same strength as before. Where does Westbrook go from here? In Westbrook's characteristics, we can see that they are both tall guards with excellent athleticism. If he wants to win a championship, sacrifices are inevitable at his age. In today's three-point focused lounge for Westbrook and his notoriously stiff jump shot. Additionally, if Westbrook can reduce his ball dominance, he will have better compatibility with the core players in their prime years on the team, especially with his declining physical abilities limiting his role as the primary ball handler. Strengthening his defense is a better choice. Turn to the Clippers at a significantly reduced salary. One reason for this decision may be that, given Westbrook a ball-dominant centerpiece, his championship aspirations might be compromised. Proved difficult to integrate into those teams. And
numbers do not lie. I will say, Russell Westbrook is the greatest statistical point guard ever post-merger from a base stat.